It's Sunday evening, 2nd of July, and this is Skipton actually. And before I was on the main street, it's free parking because it's actually after 6 o'clock on Sunday evening. And then here, all these car parks are free as well. We're just up from the canal is just down there, and the main sort of centre, and that where the boats go from is just down there. We've just pulled in here because there's a nice shaded spot with a bit of a scene, and they're getting their tea in a minute. That's what they're doing, sandwiches and things like that. We just come round the corner from the other bit of car park, which is round there, park down this bit, and this bit's right where the boats are. And this is the Freddie Truman statue. 1931 2006, one of cricket's greatest fast bowlers for Yorkshire and England. It was unveiled in 2010 by Veronica Truman. So there we go. So that's Freddie Truman. And this is a little paving area on the canal. So that stretch goes up to Skipton Castle way, little branch. And the main stretch is this one and goes around that way to Leeds that way, 29 miles along the canal. Or Liverpool is 98 miles along the canal that way. Bingley Rise, which has got a lot of locks, is 12 miles that way. And Gargrave, about 4.5 miles along. So yes, that's the Leeds to Liverpool canal. A few people there in the little outdoor seating area with that little pub thing there. This is the little branch that goes up to the castle. There's a little stream there running down from Skipton Castle. Some woods behind the castle, and then a stream runs through it. This little stream runs right alongside somebody's house. We've got houses here, and on the other side is the canal. So the high street is sort of up like that way, like running down that way, parallel to this, but further over there. And there was loads of parking spaces, so it's free to park there if you can get a space, but not on a market day, I think. That's where they put the market stalls. Of course, at this time of night there's plenty of spaces. It's after 7 o'clock. I think that one's seen better days. 1999, that little footbridge, that goes to the Town Hall and Museum. Skipton Castle Woods this way. We'll have a look at what this sign says. It just says about Springs Canal, which is the name of that little branch running off. And back of the beck is this area. Limestone and things like that. Flooding on the canal, 1908. These are these sluice gates, look, so you can open up the canal and let water out. It'll flow from here into the beck there, to the stream. It all looks still operational. That was just a wooden plate, basically. That's the church. That's on the sort of top end of the high street, and that's just in front of where the sort of castle is, Skipton Castle. So this is coming up to where the mound area is, where underneath the road here, where the castle is. That looks a bit, look at that, stone slabs there held up by, so the stone slabs, they're held up by little metal rods, creating a little balcony.
Mary, get one stuff that one.
Oof, I don't fancy that there. Huh? My steps going up, look, the bridge. Watch this muddy bit. The Earl of Thanet. So that's the stream on that side. Running under there, the corn mill, so the stream runs into the corn mill. What's that? Under there. We're now on a thin little bit between the canal down there, and they've had to fell a big tree, two big trees. One looks like it fell, maybe hit the other dangerously, so they've had to cut all that up there, and then all the branches off that one as well. We've got the river on the little stream on that side that runs through Skipton Woods, and then the canal on the other side, and then a sign here, look, telling you about Skipton Castle. So you've got to go the other way, where we're not going. The Skipton Castle, I think it's behind that wall up there. And then the woods are up this way. And now we're at the back of the castle. So this is the cliffs on which the castle is built atop. And you can see it above there. There's a bit of foliage in the way for the view, but maybe it'll open out a bit here. Here we go. So you can see it up there. And the cliff that it's built on, look. And it continues on, there's a flag up there. So it'll be quite challenging to try and attack the castle from down here, wouldn't it? These stiff cliffs. There's walls as well up there. And we've got the stream. And I think the canal sort of ends about here. It's like a dead end for this little branch running up to the castle, I think. So that. Like a drip feature thing going on. Imagine the icicles in the winter there. So you can visit the castle. There's a charge to get in. Now I've never been in it. Look at that swan down there. So just this little narrow strip we've been walking along all the way, and that separates the river here which is on bedrock now. From the canal there, I don't think anybody comes up this bit because it's a bit clogged up and things. And the back of the castle. Oh. And I can hear water going into here, so I wonder if this is the point in which water feeds from the river into the canal. I can see it tumbling in, so water's feeding the canal down there. It's tumbling in, and that's the end of the canal. That's the supply. This is the actual end of it. It stops here. That's the end of the canal, and that's where the water feeding the canal, keeping it topped up. And there's a little chain mechanism here where they must control the sluice gate, open and close it, to get the right amount of water to feed in.
Let's not touch it.
So some of the water from this stream is then, it's flowing down and into there, in that sluice. And down, you can see the disturbance down into the canal down there. So the canal's now on the left that way, I'm looking at the opposite way now. And the right is the stream, and that's the back of Skipton Castle. It's quite incredible, isn't it? And look at all that. There's like an iron bridge over there. Look.
I just closed them down.